Welcome to the Center for Pacific Asian Families virtual gala. I am Roselma Samala, the current board chair. I had joined the board because I was an example of a family member who was oblivious to what was occurring in her own household. And I wanted a way to contribute my energy and my talents to help women and all people overcome an environment of violence and to support those who sought a path of more love and kindness. I value so much the prevention, intervention, and emergency work that our staff are doing.
Hello, I'm Debra, Executive Director of CPAF Center for the Pacific Asian Family. Traditionally, we awarded our partners and supporters who championed our mission to end family violence and violence against women. This year marks the 10th anniversary of United Against Violence campaign. And in celebration of that campaign, we wanted to recognize and give this year's Champion for Change Award to CPAF staff, who have pulled together for their clients, their colleagues, and community under very difficult circumstances.
My name is Matthew. I'm the Community Youth Organizer at Center for the Pacific Asian Family. I work on the prevention team.
Hello, my name is Dominique, but you can call me Dom. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm the housing coordinator at CPAF Transitional Shelter.
My name is Siwei. I'm a family advocate at the emergency shelter.
My name is Anna, and I'm one of the community program managers at CPAF. I oversee the prevention program.
I'm Diana Grant. I'm the regional domestic violence coordinator with CPAF.
My name is Jong-Ling. I am the community services program manager.
My name is Jane Kim, and I'm the administrative manager at CPAF.
My name is Adriana. I am a program shelter coordinator.
So part of my role at CPAF as the admin manager is to make sure our staff are doing well, the staff's well-being, like helping them feel connected to the work that they do and all that. It really, that's kind of what I'm responsible for. But with COVID, I think, and with some folks working at home and, some folks are still working on site and it's on a rotation basis, but basically we just don't get to see each other anymore. And so one of the things I think COVID has really helped my team really think creatively on how we can help staff feel more connected.
Usually each of the workers were there either 2 to 3 days a week, but we're there alone. So when there's a client in crisis, we're providing emotional support to ourselves and, through telephone. So it's been a little bit harder because we don't have our team there, and it also has impacted the way we build rapport with our clients as well too. Since we can't have face-to-face interactions, it's really limited. It's also hard to build that connection with the client, for them to open up, to feel comfortable, to let us know what's really going on with them and how they're feeling.
We have to be flexible and just try a different new ways to feel the connection with our clients and to make those work for them.
So we become coaches. And so that's how we've been able to handle crises. From phone distance, encouraging them, you can do this. For the type of community that we serve, they have to believe it. And so when they do proceed with what we've as coaches kind of endured them to do, the fact that they do it, for me as a remote staff, it warms my heart, because then you're like, okay, she can fly, she's gonna be fine.
I think the true champions, the true reasons why we're here, are those survivors who come in and just with the support that we can provide, just go on and accomplish amazing things, and taking care of themselves, taking care of their children, and rebuilding a safe, healthy environment for them, and just being able to be part of that process. That's the most mind-blowing thing about the work, where we see somebody come in who's in a really stressful point in their lives, and yet there's so much that they made happen, just with a little bit of support along the way.
What a time to start at CPAF in the middle of the first program that I was piloting here. when we had just finished wrapping up our first round of Know Your Roots and starting the Rooted Leadership Project, that mentorship experience with the youth. COVID hit, shelter-in-place orders hit, and like literally everything that we had planned about community organizing and community assessments, like we couldn't do anymore. The young people in the program felt super disempowered. They were like, you know, how are we going to do any of this? It's going to be impossible. And kudos to them, because they all ended up doing their community assessments, pulling together projects, exploring things like attitudes about LGBTQ education in schools, parent-child relationships and punishment. And they were able to do that all through the pandemic. And I think being able to make that shift with that first group of 4 Rooted Leadership Project youth made me believe like it was going to be okay when we needed to make the shift for all of our programs.
It can't go without saying that, you know, on the one hand, with the services being virtual, we've actually seen an increase in registration and an increase in number of participants in our groups, but definitely wanting to acknowledge that it makes us wonder as well who we're not able to reach because of the lack of access to technology, to internet, to devices. And we hope that through accessing those that we are able to reach and to provide those services, that we're really building and empowering those individuals and communities to then think about those who are more underserved or those who have less access, and how we can share that power and privilege that we have with them to raise them up and to heal our community altogether.
For me, United Against Violence means not just working in the field, but really internalizing an anti-violence philosophy and way of life. And I think that putting children at the center will ultimately end violence and cycles of violence. I really believe that. But I think it also, being united against violence is all violences, so to not exclude any other type of violence, systemic oppressions, racism, heterosexism, ableism. And I think for people, this doesn't have to be this huge monolithic thing. I think it can really, we can sort of do anti-violence in person on a person-to-person level, and it is so much rooted in education.
For anyone who is watching this already, you showed up. And that is the main thing that we ask of people, just to show up and be present, to listen, you know, and to be open. We need everyone. It's not just one person, one agency even who can do this. We are all working together as part of our larger shared communities.
I thank you all for joining us during this time of change, and I invite you all to continue to support CPAF in all ways possible. The stars will guide us during the dark, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side.